I
stop.
know.
Let me stop. Let me stop. No, because again, I can't stand meanness sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong. People love to tell me I'm mean, and I'm like, I'm mean. But I mean, I just seeing like just some of the videos you show me over the time we've been doing this podcast. I just can't believe like people have this much free time on their hand.
I know. It's and some are really bad. So
Yeah.
some of these videos are really bad. Let's see if I can show.
Okay, I can see that. It says LGBT national anthem.
Uh,
Is it a video?
but yeah, it's a video. Okay.
Land of the free and the home of the what? A stunt like this would have you in prison for life or at the end of your life in at least 60 countries. But in America, you get an applause, clout, and to go viral on Instagram. Don't ever tell me that we live in an oppressive, homophobic country when we have Snoop Doggy Style remixing the national anthem.
So what, that was who was that? Who was that singing? That was just
So
random gay person singing
y-
singing the national anthem.
yeah,
Okay, now of course he knew by saying that last line, "the land of the gays," it was going to go viral and of course spark controversy. So I guess this guy's doing a rebuttal, saying, I don't want to hear about, yeah, of course, okay. Do we live in a free country? I mean,
kind
that's
of.
becoming debatable. It's becoming debatable now. Yes, okay, yes, even like they say we have to protect all speech, even speech we disagree with. Okay, that person who sang that song, yes, he sang it, or she, I don't know if that was, a trans person.
No, that was a gay person.
Okay, yeah. Well, he said gays, 'cause but yeah, I mean, but just because he said that doesn't mean we don't live in a discriminative, society.
I know,
Yeah, I
but
mean that guy to say what he says, yeah, yes, I get what he's saying. That yeah, in other countries, oh yeah, they probably would have tried to chop his head off, but only in America can you say that. So yes, do we live in a free society? Yes, we do live in a free society, but even still with us living in a free society, that doesn't mean we're all free to be who we authentically are.
I mean,
Because we have people trying to put legislation to stop people from, living in their truth.
exactly. Okay, let's watch this next video.
What makes Donald Trump so special?
Oh my goodness, his honesty, his bravery.
Donald Trump, do you think he's a very honest guy?
He's horrifically, wonderfully honest.
Horrifically honest.
And wonderfully honest.
The orange man is honest? You've got to be kidding. These people can't see what's right in front of them. Just look at these MAGA folks. The last guy, absolutely unhinged.
What about Trump attracted you so much?
Well, like a lot of other people say, he's a businessman. He would run the country like a business, right? And he wasn't sullied by the
Lies and lies some more. It's practically a brand at this point.
I can't with people. Yes, and to say he's running it like yeah, he is running it like one of his businesses into the ground. America is not a business. It's not supposed to make a profit.
I know,
And then saying he's saying it is
but everyone believes in him like he's the Messiah.
yeah, but see again. See, this is where again this part makes you sound like a hypocrite. But this is where I don't believe we should all have free speech, because I don't believe people should just be able to go around and say some of this crazy shit or have these crazy beliefs. But because we do have the First Amendment, freedom of speech, we have to protect all speech. Yeah, he has the right to say that, even if I disagree with it. But it's like, how do you know she's like he said, you have proof that she's what, like satanic or something?
I know.
Yeah, I just don't see. That's where I just like, what, I don't. That's where I disagree with sometimes speech. Like, I mean, yeah, no, some people should not just be able to say that type of crazy shit and just get away with it.
You think so?
No, I don't. Yeah, that's where, like I always talk about social media. I love social media for what it is, but then I hate it because you got people who can hide behind a keyboard and type all this crazy shit because that's what they believe. And they want to try to push it on everybody else. And you got a lot of people who believe it too. And they, you read the comments, it's like, oh yeah, I agree, 100 and all that. I'm like, oh my, I can't believe these people.
Let's take a
That's why sometimes I try to stay away from the comments. What are you showing me another crazy video?
Yeah.
Did I vote Trump? I did.
Oh, and are you comfortable voting for a convicted felon?
Am I, say that again?
You were comfortable voting for a convicted felon?
Yes.
Why?
Well, honestly, my family is, they immigrated to this country from Nigeria. I'm an American citizen. I spent my entire life voting Democrat. That's really all I knew. That's all who I voted for the most part. And I felt that, there have been a lot of promises that have been made by the Democratic Party that they have not delivered on. So I said, you know what? Let me give the other party a chance. Let me give Trump a chance. Because again, I've never really voted Republican before historically. So I said, let's switch it up and give him a chance and see what he can do.
What promises did Democrats make that they didn't deliver on?
Okay, that's a very good question. In the past, we'll say 60 plus years, I look at a lot
But hold on, I'm sorry to interrupt, Kingo said. The last 60 years is okay, fine, but in the
Oh, you want me to go recent?
well,
you want me to go recent?
what I'm saying is, you said in your experience voting for Democrats, while you voted for Democrats, there were promises they made that they didn't do. So I think we should talk about while you voted for them. To be fair.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. So the last Democratic candidate that I voted for was Hillary.
Okay.
Was Hillary Clinton.
Well, but she didn't win, so it's kind of unfair to say. I mean, she didn't get an opportunity to do any of the promises, right? Because she lost.
Or do you want me to go? Okay, so then we'll go Barack Obama then. Okay. So we'll go him. So I voted for him on the fact that I felt, he campaigned on the idea of change and he wanted to do things that were positive, and he did some good things, but there are some things that he did that I did particularly have an issue with.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example. So one of the things that he did that I had an issue with was him declaring the no-fly zone on Libya around 2011. Sort of was in a position where he, I'm not remembering very well. I'm doing kind of two things at once at the same time, so you kind of have.
Well, let me see if I can rephrase the Libya thing. You started by saying you voted for Trump because Democrats made you promises that they didn't keep. You then started talking about 60 years ago. When I refocused us on while you've been voting, you said Hillary. I said, well, Hillary didn't win, so it's hard to expect her to do stuff when she wasn't president. And now you're saying something related to Obama and Libya is a promise Democrats didn't keep, which is why you voted Trump?
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, are you? Yes, I can hear you.
I'm so my bad. I'm just at work right now. I'm doing a whole bunch of things at once. I'm sorry.
Kingo, so listen, I'm going to let you go. It sounds all really wacky and wild, but it doesn't sound totally based in reality. I don't know if you were trying to engage with ChatGPT to try to get some list of something to give me, but I don't know that was so good. Okay. All right. Let's hear from a couple more people here.
I'm looking at ChatGPT. Let me find out what Barack Obama did. I mean, but see, that's the problem with our political system too. I get it where people say we need a third party or other choices. But we only got two choices. And the problem, and I hate saying the problem with the Democrats is a big tent party. They got so many people to cater to. Where if you're in the Republican Party, yeah, you got little sprinkles of other ethnicities and stuff like, but it's a majority white party. So that's who they're catering to.
Yeah.
And and that clearly that guy in the video that he was talking to was a black guy, and it just goes to show, that I get it with our community. Yes, we want a politician to do something specifically for us, but they can't do something specifically. It's against the law.
Yeah.
They have every time they do something, let's say they put forth a policy, that policy will benefit black people as well. But it's like, when I hear from a lot of black people, a lot of times, it's like, I want you to do something exclusively for us and nobody else. And it's just not like that. It's just not like that. And to me, I get where we get upset, over it and stuff like that. But to me, I get it. If you live in a predominantly black area and you want things done for your area, well, yeah, then you got to vote, I guess, the politicians in to do those things. But we live in a country with multiple races and stuff like that. And, if you're voting Democrat, just know that, they're not doing something exclusively for you. They're doing stuff that's going to benefit you as well. Again, it is. Because when I look at the Republican Party, everything that, let's say, I believe in, the Republican Party wants to destroy. So it's like, why would I vote for them?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the Democrats, I'm not going to say the Democrats are the best thing since sliced bread. No, there's plenty of things that I can say I don't like what they do sometimes. But when I look at my values or things I believe in or things that are not going to hurt me as a black person, as a black gay person, yes, it is. It's like, well, then I got to vote for the Democrat. Again, it's chess. People act like they think they're sticking it to the man by not voting and stuff like that. Yeah, you're just hurting, us going forward. By voting for Trump, that's why all these things are happening.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gave me this promise ring. You said these lips right here, this mouth right here. You talked with it and you said, I promise you one day I will marry you. That's what I'm saying. Like, I lied. Like, do you stay talking to me? Calm down. Like, what makes you like think that you're like wifey material? Like, what makes you think that like you deserve a ring? And then not only that, like, them engagement rings are expensive. You think I care about the price? I don't want no $5K, $1,000 ring. I don't give a fuck about the price. You know what matters to me? What? What matters? What? What are you gonna do about it? The thing, like, you're not considered a wife. I don't want to marry you. Plain and simple. Like it's because like some of the stuff that you do, it makes me like think like, oh yeah, she's not wifey material type shit. You know what I'm saying? That promise ring, you was already gonna get a promise ring. You thought you was gonna get an engagement ring? What you told me I was. That's what I'm saying. I lied to you, babe. You don't see what's going on here in this relationship. I'm stacking up lies.
Well, see, I don't know. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have hit her in the face, but I would have tried to choke her.
As soon as she spit at me,
Yes, I was like, that is the nastiest thing you could do to somebody.
yeah.
I mean, but see, at the same time, yes, no, he should not hit her. So let me take that back. Yes, he should not hit her. But that is disgusting for him. And it's almost like she dared him. Like, what you gonna do? You gonna hit me?
About it. And she's like, what are you going to do about it?
Exactly. Even when she was arguing with him and like screaming, "You're not gonna talk over me," and then grabbing his lip and all that other stuff, it's almost like she was daring him to like physically assault her. And it's like, don't do that. I get. Well, see again, like, okay, it's like, lady, he did that.
She's trying to guilt him into marrying her.
Well, yeah, and don't guilt him. And to me, if you gave him the panties and stuff like that, that was you. I mean, please don't think these guys will not sell you the world and tell you, oh yeah, I'm gonna give you this promise ring. We gonna get married one day. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. I always say to girls sometimes, the guy you getting with ain't shit from the get go, but you just so happy to have a man and getting some dick and stuff like that. So it's like, stop it. You deep down inside know that this person is genuine. And he wasn't. He was just selling you all the stuff you wanted to hear. And yeah. And he probably doesn't like the way you come across, so he feels, oh, she's
I
not
mean,
white
he
material.
thinks she's not wifey material, and she isn't.
I mean, some people would say she comes off very hood radish,
I mean, you think?
but I mean, again, I don't know her personally, but I mean, she could be a, decent person, but yeah, but he lied to you. And he even said that towards the end of the video. Like, I just said that. Yeah, he just said what he needed to say to get the draws, and that was it.
Oh,
And you fell for it.
let's watch this video.
Watch out on our Gmails. That's a lot. I ain't doing that right now. What are you saying? Anyways, I just told you. Are you serious? Are you acting in front of them or are you for them? What you mean? That's life stuff, man. I just coming out of damn. Oh, you only think of everything. Oh, so you really not. This you really want to do this in front of them? It ain't much. It ain't much. You're the money for the nail. She just got me. You don't really. Yeah, you gave it to her. If you don't have it, just say you don't have it, babe. No, I don't got it for you.
I mean,
That's a lot for to get your nails done, and I know nails don't cost to get $350 nails.
well, mine cost me like 80 bucks, 80, 90 bucks.
Okay, well then say the real price. Don't be trying to say $350 so you can go and eat out with your girlfriend and do other shit. Don't come in like, oh, can I have $350 to get my nails done? No, say I know nails don't cost that. Even if you said nails cost what you said, $80. Okay, even if I said, all right, well, I'll give you huh?
90 with a tip.
Okay, so but even if he said, all right, she said, babe, you got $100. Okay, because if that's what it is, okay, but don't lie and say $350. What type of nails are you getting? These nails better last for 6 months then. Yeah, it's almost I don't see that. See, that's the type of people I don't like. I don't like people who who want to use you.
Yeah,
And
you're 18.
and then especially if you're a man. Yeah, well, shit. I even have that. This happens in the gay relationships where I've had gay guys say to me, "Well, aren't you the man?" I'm like, we're both men. Don't try to be, used because you're feminine. That means something. We're both men. And regardless of the fact, I'll tell you if I have it or I don't have it, but don't look at me like, $350 to get your nails done. Yeah, it's like, come on. And then use because you give me sex as like that's payment or something, or like, well, I give you sex, so you should give this to me. No, I'm like, you know how many damn orders I got to do to you know to do that? It's like, no. I'm all about doing things together in a relationship. I'm not saying I would not spend on my significant other, but I don't know. It is. Yeah, well, I'm glad he said, yeah, I'm glad she did say about him, well, just say you don't got it. Yeah, I'm glad he said, yeah, I ain't got it. But that's a lot for to nails. Yeah, those nails better be lasting 6 months.
I know.
Yeah, but again, it's almost like people just want to use you they want you to be their sponsor to get shit. Not me. Not me. That's why I'm single.
I I guess so.
Yeah, because I'm like, look, I'm not trying to become an ATM.
Yeah, I'm trying to become it.
Yeah, I'm not. And I can say I've been there, done that with people. And it's not saying like I didn't have it to give, giving people, or taking somebody out to dinner in the movies and stuff like that. I'm not against doing that stuff, but it's like, all right, can you damn pay for the damn movie? I'll pay for the dinner. I'm letting you pay for the cheapest thing.
Wow.
Head over black and it's evident. This motherfucker got a rap sheet. That fake shooter was a patsy. We lost the race in the blink. We lost the vote to Starlink. White supremacy is losing its strength. It's that melanated movement proving it. They elected a rapist to run the country twice. He paid a porn star racks just to keep her quiet. About the time he took a cookie, no consent. His own wife don't even like him. You can see the shit. She don't hold his hand. They don't kiss in public. He used to grab her by the puss. Now he can't touch it. This orange demon is the reason we go straight to hell. They so invested in they hate that they can't tell. We got a rapist for a president. Damn, they'll take that over black, and it's evident. This motherfucker got a rap sheet. That fake shooter was a patsy. We lost the race in the blink.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying. He needed to not just put that on TikTok. He need to put it on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, all of them.
I know.
Yeah, it is. He does something every day to piss people off.
I know.
Now you got the creators of South Park apologizing, over what they, the episode they did with him laying in the bed with Satan. Yeah, but see, I don't like that. It's like y'all succumb to public pressure for him and his his base or minions, if you want to call them that, you know, to make you apologize. It's like, oh my gosh.
I know.
To all my brothers that's representing the rainbow flag, I gotta keep it a fuck, man. When y'all talking to me, make sure you keep that voice deep, hold. Don't be talking to me with that soft voice, man, like you trying to butter me up, bro. I don't like that. I don't appreciate it. You know what I mean? That's the only request I have that I love for all y'all. Keep that voice deep. I know you got some bass in there. Me, keep that voice deep.
I can't stand people.
What?
Because it's like, to me, it's like you should, this notion that people got to like put on a front for you. If this is your voice, your voice.
I mean, he's saying, you know, if you're talking to him, talk to him like you a man.
If that's your voice, that's your voice. Why should I have to front for you? So are you saying that most of these gay guys that talk flamboyant, that's not their real voice?
I mean, no, they're doing it for show.
You really believe that?
Yeah.
See, I don't. I mean,
I've always thought that. I've always thought.
I don't. Well, see, again, well, that's where we agree to disagree. I don't think, you know, now, can you say some of it's elevated? But I mean, I can say I've talked to gay guys that are feminine, and when we have conversation, just, you know, just talking normal, their voice may not be higher pitched, but, you know, like when we're just having like yeah, I don't think it's a put on. I don't think it's all a put on.
I mean, like I can understand with someone being trans how they can have a higher voice and stuff like that, but a gay guy having.
So you really think the DL Whisper, you think he's putting that voice on?
I mean, he originally was trying to. He originally was trying to. I don't know, like be like a female, and so I think the.
Well, yeah, he's feminine. He's feminine. So I don't want to say he's trying to be a female. He's just a feminine gay guy. You know, he's a bottom.
No one, no one comes out being a feminine gay guy. This is
But
not.
I think you're
What do you mean?
like, again, like when I say you're a product of your environment, like again, I hate to say he grew up around a bunch of women, you know, but you know, being sassy and all that other stuff, or he has a lot of girlfriends. So it's
Around
almost,
women.
huh?
I grew up around women too.
Yeah, but okay, but again, I don't want to. But see, I don't like. I mean, to me, that's too much work. I know, like I feel like sometimes, like again, like I don't know how my voice. Like I know, like when I hear my voice on recordings, I actually hate it. But you know,
It sounds perfectly fine.
okay, to you it does. To my ears, I just like, oh, I hate it. You know, but and you know, and then a lot of people will say, oh, Kenneth is very animated and stuff like that. And I mean, you know, or even like some people say, Kenneth, you talk a lot with your hands and stuff like that. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, for me, I feel that's so much work to like put on a voice and stuff like that. I know like sometimes like I can say in the past, you know, like let's say like coming up, you know, I wasn't, you know, confident
No
in
one
my
is born feminine out of the womb.
yeah, but
No
okay.
one,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one's
yeah.
born
Okay.
feminine
To
out of the
to
womb.
your point there, I agree with you. But over time, you can pick up habits.
I mean, you're picking up girly habits.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, because to me, I feel that that's too much work for you just to like to put on that show for it's like saying it. So now I have to question every feminine gay guy I come across. I'm gonna ask them, speaking your real voice. Talk to me like a guy. You know, like you know, because it's almost like saying you want me like again. Now, do I have okay when I speak me speaking right now? Do I have bass in my voice to you?
I mean, you, you.
Because see, some guys would, or some people would say, and I hate this saying, but some people would say, "Oh, you sound white, or you talk white, or you
I mean,
because you enunciate your word."
you may sound a little bit.
Yeah, and I hate that because I hate that personally because it's just like, well, so
Well,
what you're trying to say because I'm not saying nah mean or you know bro and all that.
I had the same. I had the same critique. You know, like throughout my life. You know.
Yeah, no, and you have a lot of black people that have that, but just because I didn't grow up in the hood or the projects and whatever, and you know I don't speak how you speak, doesn't make me less black or less masculine. That does piss me off a lot, you know, with people because it's like, well, how am I supposed to sound? like to you, like gotta speak like, yo, what's up, my man? Yo, what's up, my dude? It's like, come on. I'm not gonna put on this show just to make you feel like, now again, I'm not gonna be like, hey, how you doing? No, I'm not gonna do that. Cause that's not how, cause again, I don't believe I'm putting on, this is my voice. I'm not putting on like a show for you. But I do believe some guys are conditioned, or again, I get what you're saying. They weren't born, like they didn't come out the womb and they came out like when, and I get it, but I don't know.
I
It's
guess
like,
the deal whisperer, I don't know, maybe his childhood, no one checked him on being a sissy.
yeah, and again, if he is a sissy, he has the right to be a sissy.
I know he has the right to be a sissy, but
I mean, I
when
don't
you
like
say
him.
you have to trans people,
Well, no, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, I don't like how he's trying to come out after another sector of the LGBT. But yeah, you have the right to be feminine, and somebody who's trans has the right to be trans, no matter if you think, oh, I could tell you're a man still.
yeah,
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, but see, I hate when people do that to, like, like this guy saying, when you speak to me, just speak with bass in your voice. I'm speaking how I fucking speak. All right. If you don't like it, don't talk to me. Get the fuck out of my face. Yeah, I don't like that. I just don't like when people do that. To like like. And again, I hate to
put stipulations on you. You know, like when people put stipulations on you.
because I should be able to be who my authentic self around you. I shouldn't have to be like, oh, I'm going around a bunch of hardcore straight dudes. I gotta be like, yo, what's up? I know I'm being how I am. Yeah, and again, it's not saying I'm not coming off masculine, but my voice is my voice. Okay, my voice may be a little high pitched or not totally deep. Okay, when I think of my ex's voice was deeper than mine, but that was just his voice.
Okay,
That was just his voice.
okay.
But I mean, did
I
he
guess
have? And I don't even want to say he was feminine, because I don't think he was feminine. But did he show uh, a soft side with me? Yeah, he showed it a lot. He just, again, I always think,
it's
like when people, like when guys ask me, like, what type of guys do you like, or they try to almost like try to be like, what type of gay are you? I hate to use the term. I'm just regular. I just happen to be gay.
that's a good
That's it.
gay guy.
I'm just a happen to be gay. If people look at me, like, I'm sure when I go out in public, people probably assume that, I'm straight. They assume.
Yeah,
I don't think they probably assume that I'm straight. You know. Now, when you stare at me too much, especially when I'm, I always wonder, like, why are you staring at me a lot? Are you trying to give me the eye? Are you trying to get with me on the down low? It's not like that. But yeah, I don't feel like anybody should have to, even yourself, okay, somebody who is trans, I don't feel like, okay, when you get around guys that are in, okay, if you want to say straight acting or DL men or bisexual men, you shouldn't have to, put on a voice like, make your voice high pitch for them. Like, hi, how you doing? It's like, come on, just be who you are.
I don't do that. I
Well,
mean,
no, I mean, I could say when I've been in your presence around other, guys, I don't see you put on a voice for them,
no, I don't.
and your voice is just regular. That's your voice. I get it the way the DL Whisperer comes across. He does come across as a sassy girl, but that's who he is. I mean, I don't take it from him. Now, again, I guess to your point, I'd probably like to be with him in a setting where it's like we're just having a regular conversation. But I'm sure when he talks, even just at a normal monotone, there's still some of that sass in his voice.
Yeah, I mean, cause I think he grew up around girls.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he probably, again, we're speaking from not knowing him. I don't want to say he didn't have any boy cousins, but if he had a lot of girl cousins or grew up around a lot of girls, or he was the boy, that everybody in the neighborhood saw playing jump rope, so they said, oh yeah, he gonna grow up being gay, and stuff. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, but I I disagree with you on the fact that them guys are born like that way.
Well, no. I hear you on that. I hear you on it. I'm not saying, you come out the womb and your voice. I'm not saying you, but I believe, well, see, I do believe you are born gay.
I believe you could be born gay, yes.
Yes. Can you become gay? I mean, I know that's a debate that people like to have, but I do believe you're born gay. Now, whatever, I guess if you want to say the role you play in a gay relationship, top, bottom, or whatever, I mean, or, the non binary role where some guys are just fluid, whatever it is, I guess if you want to take it from a sexual nature, depending on the guy they're with, or if he's overly masculine, I mean, but it is what it is. I mean, your voice is your voice. I don't think you should have to condition yourself when you get around a bunch of, I'm just going to use the word hood dudes, and make your voice extra deep for them. If I talk white to you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I went to public school and I speak the King's English. I'm sorry.
Okay, so what if you were around a bunch of hood dudes? How would you talk
I talk like how I'm talking to you right now. This is my voice.
if they were to be like uh put more bass in your voice?
I'm like, this is my voice. Why are you can't tell me how to speak. No, don't let this regular voice fool you. Because people always want to try to test your manhood or try to test if you can fight and stuff. Like, don't let the voice fool you. Don't. This is just a voice. We all have a voice. Yes, I get it. Like when people get into arguments, yeah, their voices, they, like, get deep or whatever. Because I know, like, when I'm having conversations with my sister, she'll be joking with me and she'll be talking about, like, your voice, like your voice goes up and down, like you have octaves to your voice. Depending on the conversation with me, I guess it is what it is. But yeah, I don't believe somebody should have to change their voice. I mean, I get it. You depending on the settings you go into, I get it. Some people may do that, but you should be able to talk. You should be able to talk in your regular voice and not have to feel like, hey, yo, what's up? It's like you sound fake to me.
Yeah, I used to back when I was quote unquote being like discreet,
Yeah.
I would use that voice. But I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, but you should be able to talk in your authentic voice and not feel like, oh my gosh, they're gonna, like, look at me like I'm a punk, or they're gonna ask me now if you and after and then if somebody in that conversation, are you gay? I'd be like, yes. See, again, I'm not gonna volunteer who I am. Like, if you want to say sexual orientation, if you ask me, I will tell you. But, and I don't, and it's not even saying, oh, it's nobody's business, how I carry myself out in the world. Because I feel like that does that matter? Like, I mean, like it's like where some gay guys, who were on the DL, where, they don't want to go out in public with you. They'll only meet you at your house, so you already know what the type of relationship you have with that person, where, they don't want to, like, go out to dinner with you because they'll feel like, like I'm like, what, two guys can't go out to eat? Why? They're gonna think we're lovers because we're out eating?
Well,
And it,
it's really a hard thing getting guys to go out with me like this.
yeah, but okay. Now again, I'm not into trans women, but if you said Kenneth, like I said, when we were out that day, I felt so comfortable being with you. I did. So regardless if people thought, oh, he's straight or whatever, and he's with the trans, it is what it is. It is what it is with me. It
Yeah.
is. If you
It-
ever said
I
If
mean,
you ever said, Kenneth, and this is just as friends, because people don't know if we're dating or not. If you said, Kenny, let's go to dinner together or let's go to the movies together, I would not care what people thought. And I think that's the thing where we are so focused on thinking like, oh God, if somebody sees me with, this person, are they going to think, am I gay or I mess with trans people? I feel like that. I think, and again, I'm not going to say I haven't ever suffered that, where we all, how we present ourselves in the world because we don't want people to think. I know before I came out and stuff like that, I tried to join the football team in junior high. I didn't know a damn thing about damn football. My mother loved football. I had to ask my mother, how do you stand? You know? So it's like, it is. I just feel like I get it. Because we, especially, I'll say growing up in the 80s, 90s, oh gosh, I'm aging myself. But no, I'm just saying you knew how it was back then and how people, perceived, people in the LGBT community.
Yeah.
So you tried to, camouflage or hide yourself, so people wouldn't think otherwise. And it's like, no, that's one thing even though Gen Z gets on my nerves, I commend them for them who come out early. Especially a lot of young guys I know, they say, yeah, I came out to my parents when I was like 13. And I commend them, and their parents were very accepting of them. And that's a good thing. Because when you hear people from yesteryear, it's sad that people have lost their families and stuff like that.
My mother doesn't know. My mother does not know.
Well, about you being trans now.
Yeah, she doesn't.
And to me, and it's a shame that it's like, this is still your child.
I know, but I'm like, I'm up there. I mean, if I did this in my 30s, I think my mom could have got over it, but with her being like,
Does your sibling know?
what?
Does
Yeah,
your sibling know? So you told him and he accepts you.
Well, he found out from Facebook.
Okay.
I have a video on that,
Okay.
but he found out from Facebook.
Okay.
And then he's like, "Is this you?" And then I have to say, "Yes." And he was accepting.
And see, I feel that's good because at least you don't have to, again, especially again, you have a lot of friends that care about you, love you, and all that other stuff. But it does mean something where the people that you come from, your mother, your father, your brother, or whatever it may be, where they're accepting of you because now you could be yourself with them. And I feel that's nice that your brother accepts you. Now, I'm sure you'll probably have the conversation. Mommy's not going to, she'll probably, have heart failure if you told her, but,
Yeah, it was
but
tough.
and again, I'm not going to say it wouldn't be, but I would just hope that, if it ever came to that, okay, because case in point, even you saying that, my father, my biological father passed away not knowing my sexuality. My mother would always say, oh, I think you're scared to tell your father. And I said, no, I'm not scared to tell him. It's just that, I don't see my father a lot. We speak on the phone anytime he needs something. I send it to him for his birthdays, gifts and stuff like that. And when we have family reunions, I go down there. And for me, I'm going down there for the family reunion. I'm not trying to make me the subject at the family reunion. Oh, Kenny's gay and stuff like that. I'm not, because see, I know how I am. If you attack me, I'm gonna cuss you out, and I probably will want to fight you, and stuff. So yeah, so again, he passed away not knowing. I remember when I had a conversation with him, he was at a huh?
He probably knew.
I mean, either he did or he didn't. But see, again, what I was just about to say, he was on I guess this is the wondering with family members. Because again, now I'm sure my family on my father's side wonders, and even if they do, they've never come out and say to me. Now, on my father's side, there's only really like one cousin that knows my sexuality that I told her. Now, I'm not saying she's a blabbermouth and she told other family members and stuff like that. No, her and her daughters know, and stuff like that. I told her on the way driving back over, years ago, and stuff like that. Because it was just so funny how, family assumes and stuff. But again, looking at it now, family, you've never seen me bring a girlfriend to family reunions or get togethers. I've seen all my cousins,
Everyone
bring girl.
everyone knows when you're over 40 with no.
Yeah, again, I'm sure they know and they just don't say it. It's almost like you have to
Yeah.
confirm it. You have to confirm it. It's almost like I, at this point, would have to bring my significant other around them and they'd be like, oh, okay. To where now they'd be like, I knew it all these years. I knew it. But it is what it is. I mean, I just don't. Yeah, but like I said, I was calling my father. He was at a cousin's house, and my cousin snatched the phone from him. And this is an older cousin. And he was like, when you gonna have some grandkids for your daddy? And I was like, I'm working on it, and stuff like that. It's just like it is. I mean, again, my mother always said she would have loved to had a little Kenny walking around here, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, even I question that sometimes. Again, no one's, it's not saying that, gay people don't have, children, biological children of their own. I know plenty of gays that do, but, it wasn't in the cards for me. I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, I like children, but I always say I like them when they're somebody else's because I know I can give them back, when they're getting on my nerves. Or if I had a child, they have to have an on and off switch because little kids can be too much.
Okay, we're gonna end here.
Yes. This is therapeutic.
Remember to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified about future videos, and we'll speak next time.
Alrighty.